Let the conspiracy theories and the whining and the excuse making, let it begin. Let it begin. I can hear it already. Oh, they're after this man because he tried to purchase NBC 20 years ago. Didn't actually purchase NBC, and the Jews are mad at him. The Jews are mad at Cosby because how dare this uppity black man telling jokes thinks that just because you can pull together a few dollars, we're going to allow you to purchase NBC, right? It's ridiculous. Listen, before you start with the whining,
shut the up.
Let me get it out there.
Just leave it at that.
Just leave it at that. One more time.
Shut the up, okay?
Before you whine, keep reserve your whining. We should. They ain't talking about all these other perverts out here. I hear that one too. What about all the other perverts in white Hollywood? That's what I get a lot when it comes to Bill Cosby. What about these other white perverts? Oh, they don't say nothing about these other white perverts. I'm like, what difference does it make? We're talking about Bill Cosby, Mr. Moralist, Mr. I want to look down on Alpha's ivory tower and criticize people. And now look at this Gilligan. I believe there's a lot of truth to it. I do. Bill Cosby is to stand trial for assault charges. The judge rules. This is coming from Pennsylvania. More than a decade after he was first accused of sexual misconduct, Bill Cosby is going on trial. So buckle up, folks. That's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more I want to discuss with you. But first, we need to break. We'll be back. Also, I'm going to share some more details about our first sponsorship, and I'm very happy to be able to talk more about it at this point, at some point during this morning. So don't let me forget, I want to share with you. Shout out to Team NI. I'm live, I'm local, and I'm vocal. I'm Nathan Ivey. This is the Nathan Ivey Show.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all got to see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Good morning. Currently 7:24 a.m. in the Queen City. Nate Ivey in the air chair talking about the latest. As I said yesterday, though, I was over at the Avondale Town Center. They had a big press conference. Big things are happening. Development is happening in Avondale. And if you are a resident of Avondale or in Avondale at this particular time, and you hear my voice, you're catching the flow on a regular basis, then put yourself in a position so you can take advantage of any opportunities that may come your way. Numerous folks were there. And I got a chance to catch up with O.Z. Davis. And here's a clip of our interview. Check this out. O.Z., how you doing, man?
I'm so excited. You already know I'm super excited.
I know you are, bro. I've been saying it for years. Avondale's on the come up because they've got people that care about Avondale, smart people that are making smart decisions. And when I say that, I'm talking about people like you, brother. What does today mean? For folks who weren't here today, can you kind of summarize what this means and what are the plans for the Avondale Town Center? city.
Well, I appreciate that, Nathan. And I tell you, it has been a long road, and it does take people that are from the neighborhood to self-sustain ourselves. And today, it's really a victory of sort to have the city put so much support behind this project that really was thought about. It's people like Patricia Milton. She's the one. I remember saying, why can't we tear it down and start anew? Everybody looked like it was impossible. But now here we are today talking about tearing it down and starting anew. It's a new time. It's a new day for Avondale, and Renaissance means rebirth.
Right. I like what Damon Lynch said about not displacing people. I think that's a really important key.
That's been our intentionality from the beginning. Mm-hmm. We're about bringing people up. Right. Nobody needs to leave. There's nowhere for people. It's nowhere for our people to go anyway. Our people need to be here and be a part of this experience and learn how to come up together. But we got to fight. This is. I just told a contractor, "Hey man, keep me accountable. Don't let this go. We got to hold ourselves accountable, or we're not gonna be close to reaching the dreams that we can have."
What's the timeline for us to start seeing some different things happen in the Avondale Town Center?
They're going to kick this off next spring, and we should see a new day here by 2018.
Wow. Okay, brother. Thanks for your time.
Now, thank you, and look forward to talking to you soon.
Absolutely. Yeah, many people know OZ Davis, and he's over there with ACDC, the Avondale Comprehensive Development Corporation. Yeah, big things that's coming to Avondale. And he mentioned Reverend Damon Lynch. And he was there. His son was there as well. I didn't ask him any questions about Donald Trump, although I thought about it, but then I kind of got distracted with some other conversations. But here's a clip of my conversation with Reverend Damon Lynch. Nathan Ivey with you, always on the scene. I got Reverend Lynch with me. How you doing, sir?
Fine, sir.
And kind of summarize to my audience what's taking place in Avondale and how you feel about what's taking place in Avondale.
Actually, to speak to Avondale, you probably need to talk to KZ. Mm-hmm. My understanding of Avondale is they're going to redo the town center. Yeah. And I've seen the renderings. I can't speak to Avondale.
Okay.
I can speak to...
You did say something that really spoke to me. You said about development without displacement. Elaborate on that, what you mean by that.
Well, your listeners may know I spent the last 25 years of my life in Over the Rhine.
Right.
That's where I cut my teeth. And I've seen development with displacement. I've seen development only because of displacement.
Right.
The people that I grew up with down there who mentored me all got moved out, so that Over the Rhine can be what it is now. It's considered a national model of change, but I saw people's lives change.
Absolutely.
Not for the better. So I'm not really an advocate of that kind of development. And so if that's the only kind of development the city knows, then we don't want that for Avondale, Roselawn, or Bon Hill. We want that as we develop land, we also develop people. We develop opportunities for the people, because if you go down the Reading Road corridor, it's 98% black. Reading Road, if you go from Over the Rhine all the way through, you go through Mount Auburn, little part of Clifton, Avondale, North Avondale, Bon Hill, Roseland, it's black folk.
Sure.
But if you stop in every gas station along that strip except one, which is Thornton's, it's owned by Arabs. If you stop at almost every little place where you can get some fried chicken or fried fish, it's not us. And so money's being made on the Roselawn corridor, black dollars that don't go into black hands. So we got to make sure that whatever the development is, that the people who surround, who make up the wealth, benefit from it. And that's going to be a task, because so far this city and others have shown they don't know how to do that.
Right. Are there any cities off the top of the head where they have done that successfully? Because there's got to be a model somewhere where you can get people to be invested in the new development.
It's not off the top of my head. I mean, I've been to Africa 3 times, and even in Africa, development is not taking place by Africans.
Okay.
The Chinese and the Japanese are taking over Africa. So I haven't seen it. Okay. I want to see it. Because what happens is development that changes our communities is usually done by major institutions.
Right.
So the hospitals take over Rockdale. Xavier takes over Walnut Hills.
Right.
UC takes over the Clifton area. Right. Institutions take over, not the people. let's see if we can be an example for other cities.
Okay.
That the community takes over.
All right. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Thank you.
Again, how do you do development without displacement? How do you do that? Are there any examples throughout the nation? Anyone listening, perhaps in the chat? Is that even possible, or is that just like some pie in the sky kind of stuff? I mean, that's what you would like, right? You would like for the folks, let's say in Avondale, who've been living there. Perhaps they've been renting there. Even better. To now become homeowners, landowners in that same community. What program is that? What program is that? Interesting. Very interesting. What about your neighborhood? If you're listening from the city of Cincinnati. Reverend Damon Lynch mentioned Pastor K.Z. Smith of course, he's the leader of the church over there, Corinthians. And, of course, they do good work. And, of course, I caught up with K.Z. Smith as well. And check this out.
I'm here with Pastor K.Z. Smith. How you doing? My favorite pastor. You already know that, brother.
Well, you're my favorite as well.
I
think you do an excellent job.
I shout you out all the time on my show, man, on some real stuff. Right. We go way back for real.
Yes, sir.
And people don't need to know all of that, but they need to know I have a lot of respect for it, really do. Talk about what's happening in Avondale. Can you kind of summarize for my audience what's about to happen here?
Well, today it was really an announcement of a partnership coming together with the Coalition of Churches, which are 4 churches, Southern Baptist, Greater New Hope, Carmel Presbyterian, along with Corinthian Baptist. The Coalition of Churches come together with community builders. Community builders have received tax grants from the state of Ohio to come in to do residential housing and to put a grocery store here in the town center. And so what we want to do is make the town center more attractive. The word is that the town center really wasn't built to make a profit. It was really like a tax shelter. And so that's why it's really not attractive. You really don't know what's down in the center. And so we want to tear the whole thing down, move the businesses closer to Reading Road so people, as they're passing by, can see what's in the town center and will invite them to come in and do some business. So this is really exciting on that end. On the other side, with Bond Hill and Roseline, the Community Advancement Initiative, or the Community Economic Advancement Initiative, is partnering with the Port Authority to renovate Swifton Commons. And right now, I can't really say there's a specific plan as to what's going to take place. But if you've been to Swifton Commons, there's a big hole there and a lot of property.
It sure is.
And mainly there's the Community Action Agency, but there's really not a specific plan. And so we want to come together with them to say what we would like to see in Swifton Commons.
Okay. Well, brother, thank you for your time.
Well, thank you, Nate, man. Thank you. And let me say this, too. When we break ground and when we have our celebration of our new building, I have already said I want Nathan Ivey to come and do a live radio remote for us.
I'm there.
And so I really, and I'm not saying it because I'm talking to you. I said it to them. I think you were the best on radio. And I think it's a travesty as to what happened there on the buzz because you were the best. And so, again, look forward to seeing you back on radio.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, man. Take care.
That's Pastor K.Z. Smith. Yeah, he said it. And, yeah, I just played it. And, yeah, we all heard it. And the man is on top of it. But a lot of things are happening in Avondale, as you heard there, and just a bit more detail than I can give you. Some of the developments that are coming to the Bond Hill Roseline area. They talked about this new partnership that's happening with the Port Authority and other entities, the community, was it Economic Advancement Initiative, I think you said? Yes, a Community Economic Advancement Initiative. And this is information that you're getting this firsthand. Most folks don't even know about any of this because they weren't there. And it's the first time that those individuals who are in the room crafting this deal behind closed doors in the city of Cincinnati are now talking about it. One more clip before we break. The mayor was there as well, Mayor John Cranley. And I got a chance